All right, ladies and gentlemen. Ha! Right on time. I wanted to talk to you guys about a little known phenomenon in the Philippines, more specifically. I think this could happen in any other place in the world, but because I lived in the Philippines and I experienced it there, I'm just going to talk about it from that perspective. A little thing known as social climbing, aka women that are social climbers, aka Filipinas that are social climbers. Now, a lot of people don't really know like the origins or what it is that social climbing is all about. But that's why you got the good doc and the rest of the crew over here to inform you and give you a little bit of information about what social climbing is all about. And I'm glad that you chose to watch this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Social climbing in its essence, I don't have a direct definition of it, but I want to explain it so that you understand it. And I think I touched on this briefly in one of my past videos, but I think it's noteworthy to bring it into the 2024, you know, and forward year so that we can understand it from the newer perspective of it. All right. So basically what social climbing is when it comes to more specifically Filipinas, right? A Filipino will attach themselves to somebody who's rich, somebody who's influential, somebody who, in this case, like us, foreign men. Those are like the three main categories that social climbing is likely to take place because you're dealing with a young lady that does not have any status of their own. So as a result, they attach themselves to people, like I said, who got a little bit of money, a little bit of influence, or, a foreigner, and they're utilizing this for their benefit to elevate their status in society, right? Now, whatever you classify as status or, whatever social class this particular person's in, if it's seen that they're hanging out with people in different social classes or social classes higher than their own, guess what? Now you've kind of elevated yourself to be amongst different circles, more specifically the rich circle, the influential circle, or the, in this particular case, foreigner man or foreigner woman circle, right? So there are a bunch of reasons why they do this. And the crazy thing is, when I tell you that it's not about your money, the majority of the time it has really nothing to do with your money. And that's crazy because now you're taking on a different perspective as to why a young lady could use you if it's not just for your bread. I think it's far more easier to understand a young lady's motives and missions to use me for my money. Okay, I'm around this guy because I know I could get a good meal out of him. I could get me a nice place to stay if I let her stay at my place tonight. And, he's going to feed me. He's going to make sure I got a place to stay. And maybe I could get some gifts or something out of the result. It's easier to understand it that way. But it's hard to understand when a woman's just around you to gain access to what it is that you have. Right? Not necessarily your funds, but to gain access to your shit, to gain access to your social circle. Now, one thing that you will notice is that I'm not going to say that it's rare that it happens to foreign men. It does happen more so to Filipinos on Filipinos, right? Because you kind of notice that particularly young lady who may not be on the same level as certain people try to find their way into that circle because they want to be a part of that lifestyle. They want to be a part of that friend group. They want to be a part of the influential people. So, for example, if you're dealing with somebody who's a socialite, hypothetically, and she's got a nice little following on Facebook or nobody uses Facebook. I fuck with Facebook. Shout out to Meta and all my people who own Meta stock. We're not getting into that, but you know what it is. IG, which is also part of the Meta umbrella, and TikTok, people who have like strong followings and stuff, you'll see them trying to get into their videos or trying to make things happen with this particular person who has a following because they want to gather or to get something from that particular group. I guess it's no different than doing collaborations on YouTube and things of that nature. But in reality, the reason why these social climbers are in it is because they want to get, like, they want to cipher off what it is that you have to kind of bring it into their own thing. They want to make it their own stuff, or they want to try to get your audience or whatever so that they can bring them over and they too can become socially influential because you're buddy with so-and-so and you did this video with this person, or you did that TikTok dance, or you did this or you did that. But you're connecting yourself, or I would say leeching or latching on to the more influential person in order to gain something from it. What it is you're trying to gain, sometimes even I don't fucking understand. right? Because yeah, most times, like I said, it's crazy to believe that it's not about money for the most part, but most times it really ain't. They're trying to gain something, recognition or status, just to say, hey, look at who I'm hanging out with. Look at this black guy that's on my arm right now. Like, hey, look at me. I'm hanging around with the black foreign man. Do you have a black foreign man, or do you have a white foreign man? No, you don't. Look at me. So it's kind of like status and being able to brag without bragging that this is who you're hanging out with, this is who you're with, and it's meaningful. It's crazy to believe, but in Philippine society, it's meaningful to, be around certain groups of people and be amongst them. Like, oh, how did you get to be a part of this group? Or how did you get to hang out with these guys? I want to know how you hang out with these guys. Or, oh my gosh, she's so lucky. Look at her. She's hanging out with a foreign guy, or she's got herself a foreign man. Oh my God. Again, status elevation, right? So now you got all these people on your, my bad, on your penis, in your area, whatever. You got all these people who don't know you now jocking, and wondering what it is that you got going on that allows you to be around these people, aka the manipulation known as the social climbers, right? Now, when you try to infiltrate the rich kids, it's very hard to do that. I mean, it was weird. I had rich friends. It was crazy. Or I should say, I had friends who mommy and daddy had money, like back when we was in college, and it was cool. I never wanted to hang out with them. I just didn't. It's not me. Even though my family status in the Philippines would probably constitute us as, up there, considering, the financial means my father had and stuff like that. We would be considered up there, but that's just not who we were. And a lot of them are cool. I'm not gonna front. But a lot of them are a bunch of assholes. And I just didn't really hang out. Like, I'm not a club dude. Don't ask me to go to the club, hang out with you. It's just not for me, right? But what I'm trying to say is this. You guys got to be wary of the social climber, because some of them will use you for no particular reason. Like, they just use you just to use you. Hey, you here? Okay, I like this foreign man. He looks like he could, have a lot of other cool foreign friends, right? Or this or that and this, that, and the other. It just becomes a whole thing, right? And like I said, there are many different routes that social climbers could utilize their newfound, I'm not going to say fame, but newfound, it's not fame, but their newfound recognition or status or whatever, their newfound status, right? You never know what it is that they're going to do to get it. You never know how or what the purpose of it is. But all I can say is, gentlemen, ladies, just be aware. So social climbing does exist, and it's very popular amongst like Filipinos on Filipinos. Like, if you go to the Philippines and you ask people, oh, what are social climbers? I'm pretty sure they'll give you a far more accurate definition than the one that I gave you. But at least I hope the examples and the breakdowns kind of gave you a genuine idea about what to expect if you were to come across a young lady or man or whatever trying to use you for status. Because guys do it too. It ain't just a ladies thing. Guys can do it too. All right. Time, effort, and energy, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all rocking with the good dot, man. Y'all know what y'all need to do. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. Time for me to go and get to getting. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out. Peace.